Your Minnesota Vikings take on the Cardinals this Sunday. We have our 5 keys to victory and injuries to talk about for this game, and a little bit of Danny Dimes action.
And of course, we're giving away a JJ McCarthy rookie card. So get the hashtag Skol in the comments, like the video, and subscribe.
Roll the intro. What is going on, everybody? Hopefully everybody is having a very happy Thanksgiving so far, enjoying some food, football, and some time with your family. Maybe a couple of brews like I'm doing right now, even though I got to work tomorrow. It is what it is. Obviously, as we said in the outset here, big game this weekend. Your Minnesota Vikings are 9-2. Could be looking at potential moving ahead and moving up in the division a little bit, but unfortunately the Bears, for however many weeks in a row, just could not get the job done. We'll touch on that a little bit here as well. Interesting matchup against the Cardinals. I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned about it overall. I mean, I think they do present some interesting challenges, but at the end of the day, I do think that the Vikings can find a way to win this game, and I do think we'll be talking about a double-digit win team come Sunday.
I don't know. I'm not worried, man. For some reason, I just got this feeling we're about to smash this Cardinals team. But let's answer some comments here. Bleeding Purple in the building. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Big Raylin. I see you down here. I made it. Now working till it. Let's go. Let's go. And then, of course, hey, Sarah's in the building as well. Happy Thanksgiving. Of course, another show, another JJ McCarthy rookie card. Get the hashtag Skol in the comments, like the video, and subscribe. All that good stuff. We appreciate y'all tapping in. We got Skol for Life Barber in here. What's up, fellas?
Oh, yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving. Out with the family, eating dinner here, chilling with y'all. Hey, we appreciate you popping in with us, Skol Barber. Let's go. Let's go. Anyways, in this game, in general, my thoughts is, I don't know. I just don't feel I'm just not that worried about them. I know their defense hasn't surrendered a lot of touchdowns of recent, either as Chicago Bears, either as some of these teams that we've faced recently. So I just think our offense, for some reason, maybe, I mean, it's probably obvious. Like we saw Sam Darnold, how he's played these last 2 games. I liked what we saw last game so much that he utilized Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson the way he did. I just feel like for any other teams who watch that game or who's watching tape of that game, I think if you did, you're worried. Like you're coming into this game worrying a lot more than just Justin Jefferson. And I do really think that's going to open up this offense. And I'm hoping that is true. And I am feeling like a big offensive game from our team. And then on the other side of the ball, like, yeah, there isn't people. I mean, there's a lot of players you got to worry about. You got Kyler Murray, who can use his legs, something that we weren't able to get to Caleb Williams last week on. You got Marvin Harrison Jr., who is supposed to be a generational talent at wide receiver. He hasn't really stepped up to that point just yet in the NFL. But so I don't know. He's kind of just a above average receiver. I'm not too worried about him. And then you got Trey McBride. We're going to get into a lot of these players in a little bit here. But it's just like their offense doesn't scare me that much. And they got James Conner, but we've been great against a run. Like I felt like we've faced more difficult offenses. You know, I'm taking Kyler Murray over Caleb Williams at this point in his career for sure. But I would say the offense is more talented for the Bears. And, we didn't play a lot of great offenses in the 3 games prior, I guess. But our defense has been on fire ever since that Rams game. So, I mean, as long as they keep playing the way that they have been, and our offense kind of steps up, I do think this is I have a feeling this is going to be our game where we just kind of whoop the Cardinals around, kind of like we did in Houston back in week 3.
I hope you're right. And since you mentioned the Bears, let's chat about that a little bit here. I guess the one thing that you can be happy about is we have a coach who seems to, A, be able to know how to use his challenge flags well, and B, doesn't have clock management gaps like we saw today. Like, what was Matt Eberflus thinking? Like, all we had to do was go down, at least kick a field goal to get to overtime. You're in a good amount of range to be able to do that. You let the clock expire after the game. He's like, well, it kind of went the way we wanted it to. We just didn't execute well enough. Like, what do
you mean you didn't execute?
There's so much miscommunication there. And at a point where I honestly thought once they picked up that first down, I'm like, that's it. Bears are winning this football game. Like, they're going to drive down the field. They're going to score a touchdown. And we could end Sunday with the same record as Detroit,
in.
and things would be looking really, really good. But like Matt Eberflus, man, like how he still has a job is beyond me. He should be walking back to Chicago, and then when he gets there, finally, they should fire him. Like inexcusable to in that scenario. You have a timeout. How can this not be put through to your quarterback? Like you get up to the line, you snap the ball quick. If the quick out's not there, we kick the field goal, and that's the end of the game. That's the end of regulation. Like it's just, it's so.
It sucks.
I can't believe the Bears stuck with Eberflus through last season. Like usually when you draft a new quarterback, you do kind of switch the coach around because you want your coach and quarterback to kind of go hand in hand because you knew who you were going to be drafting. So I don't know, just an embarrassment of an ending for the Bears and a streak of games that all end like where they're right there. Caleb Williams got them right where they needed to be.
Yeah.
And
well, even though that was on at the end was definitely on him too. It was on the coach. Obviously, it's the coach. I mean, he gets sacked. There's 34 seconds left. You gotta hurry or call a timeout immediately. What up, Justin? Yeah, again, everybody giving away the JJ McCarthy rookie card. So get the hashtag Skulls. What's going on, Dane, as well? Welcome back. That is the final game for this Bears coach.
I hope
it's not for our sake. Yeah, because they had a chance to do this for us. Like every opportunity, just needed even a field goal ties it, but they had a chance. The Caleb Williams did have DJ Moore right to the left there, and he had so much space, like the first play they had after that big penalty, and then misses that significantly. If he hits that, they're probably at least getting a field goal there, if not a touchdown. So that was a big problem with him. But still, you get sacked, 34 seconds left. 34 seconds is a lot in the NFL. You call timeout immediately right there. And I mean, even if you throw one pass and they're in the middle of the field, like you have plenty of time to run up and spike the ball or whatever. Like it's just crazy that they didn't call timeout immediately. And if anything, the smartest play would have been just to hurry up as fast as you possibly could and try to get a playoff. And I couldn't believe it, man. I wasn't even paying attention. Honestly, like it was 34 seconds and they're getting ready. And I was just kind of assuming that the clock was stopped, and then I look over and all of a sudden they're just they're not calling a timeout, and 3, 2, 1. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, and it sucks because if the Bears win that game, we would be first place. No, we would head to head is before divisional win, I believe, right? Yeah. So, but it would come down.
We would have been tied at the very least. Same record.
We'd have been tied. They would have the head to head, and then obviously, though, that's a big thing. Is if they lost that divisional game, that would be important in week 18 if it comes down to that game. Because if we beat Detroit week 18 and we have a tied game, it will come down to division there. So, hey, what up, FT Maddie in the building? Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We appreciate you all popping in. We didn't know how many people would make it into this one. We know you're all with your families and doing stuff, so we really appreciate everyone hopping in. George, my guy, AB Chaz in the building with the hashtag Skol. Let's go. That's my dude right there. Anyways, man, I mean, yeah, kind of come in here and talking about that. That was frustrating. Just the fact that they had a chance, a really good chance, honestly. Everything was going into their favor until that one part, the penalties, all those things. Yeah, man, it's just weird. Things have changed for the Detroit Lions. They came from the least favorite team of the football gods to all of a sudden now, they're getting away with penalties. They're getting away with all this stuff. So I don't know what's going on with the Detroit Lions, but it is kind of annoying from a hater standpoint. What's going on, De Niro?
And it's not even the Lions themselves. It's their fans who obviously think they're top shelf now. It reminds me of the episode of Family Guy where Peter won the freaking whatever the game is. What game is that? It was on my mind earlier.
Cinco?
No, where it's the one where you test how smart you are. You answer questions, and if you win, anyway, he won
Jeopardy?
the game because they gave him some super easy questions, and he thought he was the smartest guy in the world, got an IQ test.
Oh, yeah.
He was not very
smart.
Yeah. We do one good season, all of a sudden they think they're just top shelf and start talking down to everybody. And then of course the announcers Romo and Jim Nantz were all over the Lions all day long. I'm surprised they could even speak, if you know what I mean.
Trivial Pursuit.
Whatever. Trivial Pursuit. That's the one.
Oh yeah, they're playing the games with it. Yeah. That's funny.
Say the word what?
If
I want to say who.
is it what? Yes, Peter, that's right. I remember that now. Anyways, hey, everybody in here. We only got 4 likes. We got like 11 people in here, so get those likes on here. Let's keep this rolling though. Let's get into some injuries here. Just taking a quick peek. We'll start with the Cardinals. Amari Demercado, running back, obviously probably isn't that big of a deal. Darius Robinson, I'm assuming that is Darius Robinson, right? We had a Darius Robinson, didn't we?
Yeah, it sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe so. Well, he didn't work out for us. So I'm sure that's not really that big of an injury. Jalen Thompson, I don't know a lot about him. Jonah Williams, I believe he was a starting lineman for them, I believe. And then Calvin Beachum, as he's full participant, so it doesn't really matter, not injury. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Jonah Williams, but nothing crazy. On our side, obviously, we have the Ivan Pace Jr. news, which we'll get into a little bit later. Super unfortunate. We all want to see him on the field, though. There was a report today mentioning that, it's not going to be season ending. We're hoping it's just going to be 4 weeks, all that stuff. So hopefully that is true. But Josh Oliver did not participate. Yeah, it's not really a surprising one. Jay Ward, I almost forgot completely about Jay Ward for a second here, but did not participate. And then limited, you got Patrick Jones second, Cam Robinson. It sounds like he practiced quite a bit today. So I think we're going to be good there, which is big. Which I don't think is going to be that big of a deal, because one thing that the Cardinals do not possess much of is a pass rush. And that's why I think that's going to be really beneficial later. Jonathan Bullard, full participant. Oh, Andrew Van Ginkel's limited. I haven't heard anything bad about him, so I'm sure he plays. And then obviously the rest of these guys here are full participants, so we should be able to see them all on the field. Let me go through some of these. Hey, my guy, Gary, let's go. Gary, what's up? Hashtag Skol. Appreciate you guys popping in. Appreciate you all today. Who else we got in here? Two-toned in the building as well. Let's go. Hashtag Skols. Yes, like the video, subscribe, all those good things. Anyways, should we just jump right into the winners, losers? Any thoughts on the injuries or anything? I mean,
nothing too surprising. I mean, Josh Oliver, it'll be interesting. I mean, they didn't put him on IR, so you got to assume he'll be back shortly, hopefully next week. But yeah, we'll see.
Or not our winners, losers, our keys to victories, our top 5 keys to victory. Let's get that rolling here, starting with number 5, and that is keep Trey McBride in check. I forgot what the stat I said yesterday, actually, on this one, but I think that the Vikings. I think the Vikings linebackers. I know we don't have Ivan Pace Jr., but they've been the 3rd best group in coverage, which is really important against a good tight end. So hopefully we can take advantage of him there, because Trey McBride is their number 1 receiver right now, including Marvin Harrison Jr., number 1 pass catcher. So this is a game where you feel like they're going to try to use him as much as possible. We still have to worry about Marvin Harrison Jr., but there isn't much there in the wide receiver room on that team. And Kyler Murray's going to go feed this guy a lot. What's your thoughts on Trey McBride and this offense running through him?
Right. Well, I mean, as a guy who in 2 separate fantasy leagues does have Trey McBride, he doesn't have 1 receiving touchdown this year, and the only time he's been into the end zone is actually on a rush. So I mean, the fact that he's still putting up a crazy amount of points fantasy-wise just shows how valuable this guy is as a pass catcher. As you said, I believe he's leading the team with like 580 some yards. Marvin Harrison's down around like the 300, 400 mark. So I mean, yeah. So I mean, this offense from a passing perspective really does run through the tight end. And honestly, like you said, no Ivan Pace from a coverage perspective probably actually makes us a better team, as obviously that's not one of Ivan Pace's strengths. But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see who gets the matchup with Trey McBride. I mean, obviously safeties will be involved in that as well. But yeah, I feel like in the passing game, if you can limit what Trey McBride does, you're probably going to be able to limit their passing game pretty substantially. Yeah, I mean, again, I do think Marvin Harrison will eventually become what we think he is. But yeah, he is having a little bit of a slower start, not necessarily living up to the pedigree or the draft pick at this point. But yeah, I mean, if you can keep Trey McBride in check and make sure Marvin Harrison doesn't beat you, that pass game should be pretty easy to handle.
I think so. I think this is a good. That's why I think this is a good matchup for us. I mean, less like the fact that they don't have tons of talent there other than tight end, which we've been, like I said, like we've been pretty solid against tight ends. There hasn't been any tight ends this year that we've struggled with, mostly just wide receivers. Can you think of any tight ends that we had problems with? Like Kittle?
I think George Kittle had a decent game.
Did he? Like decent, but not memorable enough.
No.
I mean, we haven't played against any an insane amount of good tight ends.
I mean, we're kind of middle of the pack anyway, allowing about 555 yards to tight ends this year.
Yeah,
which
to tight ends.
Which was like 15th or something. So middle of the pack, but
okay.
We'll see.
Hey, what up, Mark Phil? What up? Keeping it rolling though with our next one, and that is going to be the bounce back player. Well, he did have a fumble, but ends up with over 100 yards last week, which was still great to see. Could even probably had, if he didn't fumble it, I feel like maybe we didn't try to go away from the run as early as we did last week, just to come back and Aaron Jones was getting rolling. But this is going to be an important one here, as the Cardinals have allowed the 24th worst rate in the NFL. So like this, what is that? The 7th worst against a run in the entire NFL, and have allowed the 19th most rushing yards with 127 per game. So this is going to be a game where we saw it last week. We needed to get the run going. We were speaking it at the top of our lungs throughout the whole entire week. Like, we have to get the run. I know people are worried about Dalton Risner. I know our blocking interior hasn't been great, but the Bears defense is not good against the run. And we did kind of do that for sure. And there's moments where we probably should have ran more. And this is another one of those games where you do want to have on offense, you want this to be very, I forgot what I was going to say. You want to use everybody. You want everybody to touch the ball. Balance. Thank you. You want this to be as balanced as possible, starting with the run again in this game. And we're going to get into some other positions that's going to be really important. But I do think this is another one where you want to get the run early and get it rolling, man. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, and I do think, like, the games where we've been best offensively and most consistent have been the games where Aaron Jones has found some running room. We've ridden him a little bit, and he's been able to get loose on some runs. Again, getting to this point in the season, I think he's on pace for the most touches he'll ever have in a year. Obviously, he's 29 years old. I do wish that they'd mix in some Cam Akers, because Akers has looked good in his limited opportunities this year. So I do wish we maybe lessen the workload for Aaron Jones to get Akers involved. But yeah, but this should be a team that you'll be able to run the ball against. And I mean, as we've seen, and everyone knows it, like, the marriage of the run and the pass, if you can run the football consistently, the play action game is going to work. Sam Darnold's been amazing on play action this year, rolling out and getting on the outside of the pocket, rollouts and stuff and whatnot. So yeah, you got to start running the ball early. And as you said, there were a couple drives last week where O'Connell did go away from the run, and a lot, 3 straight passes, and a lot of those drives did end up stalling out. So I just think we need to see it more consistently and more often throughout this offense. And when that happens, and if we can keep bursting some of those big runs, that's when this offense is going to be at its finest and at its full potential. So yeah, get Aaron Jones the ball, get Cam Akers the ball, get some rushing yards back on the stat sheet, and should be good to go. And let's just and that's all it's going to do is make it easier for Sam Darnold to stand back there and get some passes off.
Yeah,
make it a little bit more unpredictable.
And speaking of that, we do want that to happen for him, because the Cardinals rank as the 7th worst team in allowing in yards per target. And I think they're 21st in the NFL in passing yards allowed with 218 per game. Again, like, I do think this is going to be a massive game for our wide receivers, our passing game, and I think our offense in general, just because we saw what happened with how we took advantage of the Bears keeping an eye on Justin Jefferson by feeding Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson. And I do think the Cardinals are going to have to worry about that. And I do think that's just going to really open up the offense this week. Again, especially against a not great Arizona secondary, just not a great Arizona defense. They haven't been very good in a while. So I do think this is a time to take advantage. And I do think you're going to see a lot of Justin Jefferson. I think you're going to see a lot of Jordan Addison. And I did also mention that, I mean, I think the Cardinals pass rushers rank like the 3rd lowest in the NFL this year. So Sam Darnold should have time to throw this game, especially with Dalton Risner in there from a pass blocking perspective, at least. And that's why I think we're going to eat. That's why I think we're going to eat. But what's your thoughts on the receivers here? And just I guess you can just give our overall thoughts on this offense in general.
Right. I mean, this defense, they have been pretty stingy. I believe their last 3 games they've allowed under 17 points, and they're under 17 in 4 of the last 5 as well. So as of late, they have been stingy. I know that pass rush, well, the numbers aren't super impressive. Like I think their top sack guy has 4.5, but their sack numbers have been increasing as these last couple weeks have gone on. But yeah, I mean, but you should definitely be able to take advantage of them in the pass game, especially if you get the run game going. And like you said, I mean, last week Jefferson was double, triple covered often. Addison 8, so did TJ Hawkinson. I do think that Arizona is going to have to notice that, and I think we'll see some changes in coverages here. I think Jefferson's going to get a lot more opportunity this game, and even if he is double, triple covered most of this game, I do think that Kevin O'Connell does need to find ways to get Justin Jefferson the ball. Again, kudos to Justin Jefferson for handling last week the way that he did after the game, basically saying like, "Hey, if they're covering me and I can't get my yards, then the other guys are gonna contribute." But I think that's the thing. Everybody on this team knows that eventually it's going to swing back the other way to where Addison's going to draw some coverage, Hawkins is going to draw some coverage, Jefferson's going to get some one-on-ones. And I said it multiple times over the last couple of weeks. I think we're going to see at least 2 Justin Jefferson 150 and a touchdown or 2 games. I think we're going to see that a couple times down the stretch here, because it's just he's too good to not get involved in this passing game. Right. And B, it's just there's too many weapons on this team to keep defending him the way that they're defending him. So, and this would be a perfect game with, like you said, with how leaky that pass defense is. This would be the perfect game for Jefferson to have one of those 150 and a score or 2 touchdowns and just really open up this offense. But yeah, and a lot of this is going to come down to, and luckily he didn't need it. We didn't even need to put him on the list this week with the turnovers because he's taken care of it the last couple weeks. But Darnold's just going to have to keep playing clean football. And I think this is a team where we can see this passing game finally open up, where I think Darnold in regulation could end up having 300 plus passing yards. I mean, it'd be his first time this season having 300 yards in regulation. He had 330 last week. A lot of that was overtime, obviously, but I could see this being a just explosive offensive game. Now, at the end of the day, do I still think it's going to be tough? Absolutely, because I think that offense is going to give our defense some fits just for certain things we'll talk about in a bit here. But overall, I think this offense has a chance to really pop off here.
Yeah. I really do. And once we get into some score predictions, which eventually we will here, it'll reflect that. But I don't know, man. I think it's just our offense is starting to come around. I think it was a big step forward last week. Sam Darnold has bounced back, been able to show his resilience, especially in the what game was that? Not last week, or the Tennessee. Yeah. Bouncing back in the Tennessee game the way he did, and then coming in the way he played last week against the Bears. So I don't know. I think it's time for us to do a lot on offense.
Too, that he played against, that he played well.
Yeah.
Or good defenses.
Well, defenses. Last week against the Bears. I mean, good defense. But let's keep it on rolling to the other side of the ball, and that is stop the run game. James Conner. I mean, you have Kyler Murray as your quarterback, but this team still kind of runs through James Conner in that run game. And you could probably say Kyler Murray and his legs as well, just their run game in general. Unfortunately for them, they're playing against the number 1 run defense in the NFL right now, and we have not allowed a lot. I mean, the only fits we really had, I guess you could say Kyron Williams. They just played such a good balanced attack in that game. And then you could say Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery. I would say that'd be like the one game that we've had any significant problems in the run game. But James Conner, we've played a lot better than him this year. So I think that's going to be more of an issue for them than it is going to be us, but absolutely have to stop that. If we can stop their run game, I don't have much faith in their offense against our defense. But what's your thoughts on the run game and James?
Yeah, Conner? Like Darren says here, and it's a strength for a strength matchup. I mean, Cardinals are I believe, was it fifth in the league in rushing, 149 rush yards per game, and the Vikings are first in allowing only 74.4 yards per game on the ground. So this really is a strength versus strength scenario. And again, like you said, we played better running backs. James Conner, you got to give him his credit. Ever since he's been with the Steelers, he's a touchdown machine. I mean, when you get down to the red zone, he always finds a way to get into the end zone, which that'll be tough to defend as well. But between him and Kyler Murray, they have over 1,000 rushing yards. I believe Conner has 705, and Murray's got up in the 330s. So I guess we'll just start. I mean, obviously we'll talk about Conner on this one.
What's going on, Andy?
But
good luck, my friend.
But yeah, I mean, James Conner you got to give him his flowers. He's a very, very good running back, and he finds ways to get, pretty big yardage. But again, he's going up against the number one rush defense in the league. And normally, like, the run game isn't super exciting, but I think this is going to be a really, really fun matchup to watch because like I said, it really is strength for strength.
Yep. And I think this one we win it with flying colors. If we do let the run game go, I think that will cause the biggest problems for us, but I just don't think that would happen. And speaking of run games, speaking of everybody in the comments talking about containing, obviously our number one here is containing Kyler Murray. This is 2 weeks in a row. We've been doing this a lot, kind of, but 2 weeks in a row where we have a similar thing. We had that same thing with Caleb Williams. A big reason why we had to do it again is Kyler Murray does a lot of the same things. I mean, Caleb Williams was kind of looked at as like a Kyler Murray type player coming into the league. And last week we did not do that well on defense, was containing Caleb Williams. We could just not get to him. The pressure was coming. He was able to, spin out of the pocket and extend the plays with his legs. It was not good. The one thing we definitely had to do in this game, we need to contain Kyler Murray. We need to actually get to him. We need to sack him. He was sacked 5 times last week. We just need that again. We need to get him 5 sacks again. So what's your thoughts on the whole contain Kyler Murray situation here?
Yeah, and Andy, you're definitely right. I mean, Justin Jefferson's awesome. Him and Chase. Don't even put Chase with his. I'm kidding. Chase is really good too. But yeah, Justin Jefferson, obviously one of the best receivers in football. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting matchup. And as you said, last week we saw kind of what Caleb Williams was able to do against us, and we do need to remember no Ivan Pace as he is on IR. Pace would normally, I think last week, I don't think Williams would have got out on some of those scrambles if Pace would have been in there being the spy.
Yeah.
So I do think that is a huge hit to this defense. But yeah, I mean, and I guess the one thing that I think is kind of nice is that this is happening the week after Caleb Williams. So, and again, I think that I'm more afraid of Murray's scrambling ability, like you said, just at this point in his career than I'm Caleb Williams. Down the road, I think Caleb Williams is going to develop that nicely. But I think a benefit though is Flores saw like the diet version of this last week against Caleb Williams. So he kind of has an idea what to expect from that perspective and kind of has a better idea of how to defend it. Now, Kyler Murray, obviously dynamic athlete outside the pocket for sure. But yeah, I mean, the key to this game needs to like you said, in the pocket and pressure him. Like you said, sacked 5 times last week. I believe their offensive line is giving up quite a few sacks this year. So yeah, you got to get after Kyler Murray and make him beat you from the pocket. I mean, that's number one A-list key to victory in this game is keep him in the pocket, make him beat you with his arm. Don't let him extend plays. Don't let him break off any of those 40-yard runs or anything like that. It's going to be a tough matchup, but I trust Flores to come up with a good game plan. Like I said, especially after facing a similar type quarterback last week.
Yeah, dude. 100%. I mean, this one's obvious on defense, right? If you can contain him, I feel like on that side of the ball, if that happens, is similar to the Chicago Bears. If we were able to do that with Caleb Williams, the score wouldn't have even been nearly as close as it was. They might not even score a touchdown. I don't know. And it's going to be a similar spot like this. Hey, Andy, maybe 37 Vikings win. I appreciate you. Andy, what part of the Vikings game are you most worried about? And what part of the Cardinals game? What is the best part of the Cardinals game? What is making the Cardinals thriving this year? Is it Kyler Murray and Trey McBride? Is it the run game? How do you feel? Actually, and then also let me know. I'm throwing a lot at you right now. Also, let me know how you feel like their defense has been playing this year. If you want to, you can give all that, but not a blow up for sure. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it in this game. Like on offense, Sam Darnold should have time. The Cardinals don't have a great pass rush. He should have time to throw the ball. You have the triple threat with TJ Hawkins, Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson. We were able to, the first time this season, really take advantage of the mismatches with the other opposing team just focusing on Justin Jefferson. And I think that's going to hurt teams going forward. And then, that was really good to see Sam Darnold there. That was a lot of growth from his standpoint. And then again, the run game as well, getting that going on offense. So I just think we're going to have an explosive offensive game. And then it comes down to, like, we talk about Trey McBride, we're talking about their run game. I feel confident in the run in stopping their run game, but it really just comes down to containing Kyler Murray and keeping him in the pocket. Let's check this out real quick. I think my defense is playing great. No big name offense, good. But if you shut down the run game, we lost. Exactly. And that's why we had that as 2 and 1. So a mix of Kyler Murray and James Conner. And that's what you got to do. You got to stop the run game and contain him. But let's keep on. Any more thoughts on that before we keep rolling here?
Oh, I think that just about does it. I mean, I worry about that. That's, again, just number one concern in this game is just making sure that Murray isn't able to extend those big time plays and get Trey McBride involved. And yeah.
Again, everybody giving away the JJ McCarthy rookie card. So get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe if you have not already. Let's get into the next stage. And that is dang it, missing it already. Skol Gauntlet. Even though I changed the little lightning thing in this. But whatever. Anyways, anyone that's not been in here before, let me take this banner off during this part. Anyone who's not been in here before, if you're seeing this now or seeing this later, whatever, we each get 30 seconds to go through each one of these topics. For today, we got the Bears versus Lions. We've talked about it a lot, but we're going to do it in 30 seconds. The Danny Dimes signing. I said Danny Dimes signing. Danny Dimes signing. Ivan Pace Jr. injury. And then, of course, our biggest concern of this game, who we think is going to be our X factor, and bold predictions, including some score predictions at the end of that. Let's get into all of that good stuff here. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, and I do want, we might need to spend a little more time on Daniel Jones than just the
we can. So after I'm done, we can keep talking about it.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, let's roll.
All right, starting with the Bears. 3, 2, 1.
That Bears Lions game was such a disappointment. I mean, look, after that first half, you were thinking, okay, whatever, this is gonna be a blowout. You can just shut it off. But after, like, early on and or about midway through the third quarter, the Bears offense finally started to click, like Matt Eberflus said they would. Turns out Matt Eberflus to be making some big mistakes later on. And they did. They made it a game. They had a chance to go drive down, win the game. But it's just you can't. Inexcusable clock management by Eberflus there. I mean, come on, man. All we need you to do is beat the Lions. You couldn't do it. And the Lions,
I know.
That'd have been 8 straight losses on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And, man, I mean, I'm just going to be straight up front. They fucked us. The Bears absolutely fucked us. It feels like they're tanking at this point, even though it doesn't make sense. You just wasted a first overall pick on a quarterback. I just don't know how you make that mistake. 34 seconds left, and you don't call a timeout at all. And they slowly that's on both of them, because Caleb Williams he could have snapped the ball for like 10 seconds, and he didn't there either. Yeah. Disappointment, man. Disappointment.
Sure. Then obviously Daniel Jones, we did actually put a short about that out earlier, but we'll talk about it again because it's an interesting topic to talk about. Yeah. Whenever you're ready, hit go. Let's roll. All right.
3, 2, 1. Let's get it.
Obviously, yeah, Daniel Jones is signed to the practice squad. I believe he's arriving in town tomorrow. No risk, somewhat reward for the Vikings. Worst case scenario, he ends up counting towards the compensatory pick formula if he's active for one game, which he will be at some point. And then the other option is if there is a match here and him and Kevin O'Connell seem to get along, and maybe you get a little bit of bad news about McCarthy's injury, or even if he's willing to just stick around for a year as a backup, you have a guy in-house that you would have exclusive negotiating rights with till March. So there's no risk here.
Yeah. Best case scenario is JJ McCarthy is completely healthy and he is going to be ready to go. And I think he will. His injury should not last going into the season or even training camp. But best case scenario, Danny Dimes comes in. He looks very solid, or maybe even good under Kevin O'Connell. And he does decide, like, no, I'm going to stick around for at least a year, but knowingly he's going to be the backup of JJ McCarthy. And we're going to go in the season with him. But the best case scenario is you do have JJ McCarthy going into the season, and then you got a guy like Daniel Jones as the backup instead of Nick Mullins, and you're feeling pretty confident in your quarterbacks. And we can feel the same way throughout the rest of this season, assuming, in my opinion, I know Daniel Jones is on the practice squad. In my head, there's just no way he doesn't make, I don't care why in hell he would not make it to the active roster at some point during this and eventually potentially jump Nick Mullins, because I would feel a lot better going in. If Sam Darnold goes down, even though we know what Danny Dimes is, he did play for the Giants. That does mean something to some extent, other than that one season. I would feel better about him going in like the playoffs and things like that over Nick Mullins if something did happen to Sam Darnold. So it is nice to know that you kind of have like a stronger backup plan if something happens to Sam Darnold.
Right. And they really wanted him here. So you wouldn't think that they they really wanted to bring him in here. So you wouldn't think it would just be just to keep him on the practice squad. So we'll see. I mean, I think it's great for his career though too. Like this could be this very well could be his Sam Darnold San Francisco year, where he comes here, sits, no pressure, just sits, learns the game from a coach like Kevin O'Connell, gets to watch what JJ McCarthy does next year. So it could end up being a good thing for everybody. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, he leaves. And as long as he's active for a game, counts towards the compensatory pick formula for 2026. And no harm, no foul. Like at the very most, this is going to cost the Vikings $375,000 this year as he's still being paid by the Giants. So there is absolutely no risk to this at all. So just interesting move. Like it took over the internet. Like it's weird that a guy like Daniel Jones, A, was able to be like, I want to go to a playoff team, and B, had 8 to 9 suitors who were interested in signing him. So it is weird that again, a former first round pick, top or number 6 overall pick. So you understand it. But the fact that Daniel Jones took over the mid-season NFL news cycle for a good 3-4 days is kind of crazy to me, but it is what it is. And doesn't matter. He's on the right side now. He is in purple. And as Purple for the Win said, maybe this is just 4D chess by Kwesi. He can't be on another team and beat you in the playoffs like he did in 2022.
Right.
End of the day,
what up?
What it is.
What up, Dan? Skol, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Chico. That's a tough one. Tony Pollard or Jaden Reed on flex?
Probably
Jaden Reed just has not been. I don't know what's happened to his involvement into that offense. I would have went Jaden Reed for sure until I've seen like how lack is. I don't know. If you have anyone else, one positive thing of that is if you do pass up Jaden Reed and you have anybody else besides Pollard, at least it gives you a few more days to figure that out. But I don't really know how well Pollard has been of recent. But I don't know. My gut tells me Tony Pollard, and then at least it gives you a few days, and you don't have to like make that decision right now, and ends up being a bad one this early into the week. Anyways, keeping on rolling here. Ivan Pace Jr., you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, boom.
I mean, the Ivan Pace Jr. injury is pretty big here. I mean, as I said, not much in coverage, but at the line of scrimmage, the guy's an absolute monster in the blitz game, and kind of as as your quarterback spy. So, and we saw last week after he went out, the containment of Caleb Williams was not great. And I think at this point in their careers, Kyler Murray is a much more talented scrambler. I do think Caleb Williams will get there. So I think that the loss of Ivan Pace is going to loom pretty large in this game, and Flores is going to have a really good plan to contain him, to contain Murray.
Yeah, obviously, when you are part of our group, Purple Gang in general, you know who you guys are. This is us, the other content creators in our circle. Big Ivan Pace Jr. fans. Literally our best video, our most viewed video by far is an Ivan Pace Jr. video. So we're a huge fan. So it's disappointing. We know how important he is, especially in games like this when it's containing a guy who can use his legs. And we're going to miss him this week.
For sure.
Keeping it on rolling, though. Keeping it on rolling. Anybody new in here? Salih the Vikes. I don't know if I hit you up earlier, right? You were in here. Welcome in, bro. Welcome in. I don't know if I saw you in here.
Delton.
All right.
Well. Oh, man.
Hey, Delton, I missed you. The Vikings are winning the North. Oh, facts. And now we're getting to the good stuff here. So biggest concern for this game going into what we think is going to be the X factor, and then bold predictions. Ending with our score predictions as well. Casey, let me know when you're ready. Hey, what up, Kinetic as well? We got some people jumping in here. Welcome in. Of course, guys, giving away the JJ McCarthy rookie card. So get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe. All those good things. Anyways, let's get this going. 3, 2, 1.
My biggest concern is something that we already talked about tonight, and that is...
Hold on one second. I kind of jumped in there. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Biggest concern. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's containing Kyler Murray. I know their run game is solid with James Conner, but obviously, as we mentioned earlier, it's strength for strength. We have the best run defense in football. So I do think we'll be pretty good against James Conner. We've held better running backs in check, but man, we saw what happened last week with the scrambling ability of Caleb Williams. And I think Kyler Murray is more talented at that at this point in his career. So as I said, Flores is going to have a really, really good plan to keep Kyler Murray in the pocket. I mean, you can't let him beat you with his legs.
Yeah, usually I try to go a different direction with you than you, but in this scenario, like, you got to just say Kyler Murray. If you keep him in check and you keep that run game in check, like you mentioned, like I feel confident in that because of how good our run defense has been all year. But so I think we're going to stop that just fine. So then it just comes down to, like, make sure Kyler Murray isn't using his legs. Like you said, what we saw last game against Caleb Williams, we did not accomplish that task against him. So we need to do that in this game if we want to win.
For sure. And then other options from the chat here. I mean, obviously turnovers. Yeah. You got to hold on to the football. And that goes for everybody.
We've been better. We still have gotten one last week and then the 1 week before, but like, we can survive one. But yeah, 0 would be nice. 0 turnovers would be nice.
Yeah, obviously, Andy, we mentioned that Trey McBride, obviously top receiver on your guys' team from a yardage standpoint. So we're hoping so. I think we'll be okay. But yeah, I mean, obviously, he is kind of in the passing game. He's the kind of 1A target that you got to watch out for.
Yeah, and Andy, are you feeling about Marvin Harrison Jr. right now? Because I know he hasn't really stepped up as people were expecting this early. Obviously, he's young and has a lot of time to go do that. But yeah. Anyways, let's keep this rolling. X factors. 3, 2, 1.
Biggest X factor in this game, I think, is going to be the run game. And I mean, as we saw near the bottom of the league in rush defense are the Cardinals. And last week, the fact that Aaron Jones was able to get moving really opened up some of these drives and opened up for the passing game. So I think the X factor in this game is get Aaron Jones involved. I could see him having another 100+ yard game. Just hold, Aaron, if we do try to get you involved more, just hold on to the football. That's all I ask. But yeah, I think the run game for the Vikings is going to be the X factor in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson in this one because I talked about it. I've already talked about it in this podcast. I've talked about it before. Justin Jefferson last week didn't get a lot of opportunities, but the Bears were so focused on him. We took advantage by giving the ball to Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson. And I think that officially makes it so when teams go watch tape, they know we can't just focus only on Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson takes advantage of that this week and ultimately becomes our biggest X factor in this game.
I like it.
And final ones, bold predictions. 3, 2, 1. Boom.
My bold prediction is that I think we do our best at containing Kyler Murray. And not only do we do a decent job of containing him, I think we get home for 6 sacks. I know he took 5 last week. I think we get home for 6, and I do think we see Dallas Turner finally get back on the sack board. It'll be the first time since week 1. So yeah, I think our defensive line gets after it. I think the edge rushers have a day. I think all of them at least have one with Bernard, Van Ginkel, and Dallas Turner. But yeah, I think we see Kyler Murray on his butt a lot this game.
I'm going to have to go with the boy again. I mean, it's Justin Jefferson game, man. I can feel it. 150 yards. You mentioned how you think he's going to have at least a couple 150-yard games at the end of the season here. I think he has one in this game specifically, ends up with 2 tutties, ultimately taking this game. And for me, score prediction-wise, I'm going to say the Vikings win pretty good. I'm going to go 31-10. I think our offense is going to go big time, and our defense is going to be solid.
I like it.
Did you give your score prediction?
I didn't, but sorry, I also agree with you.
Right.
I mean, we'll
31
in a second here. So
31-10, baby. Let's go. Card tonight. Deucely, you and a card heard it here first. Hey, you could. Hey, Too Evil in the building. Our crowd noise is going. Oh yeah, dude. I'm feeling good about this. Both are great. Oh yeah, we're excited. See, MEH will be great next year's. Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be really good. Is a great pick, no doubt. Since Card have many weapons, got those 3 targets. Yeah, Wilson also run the ball. Okay. Jamie and Casey agree with me. What'd you say? Mark knows. What are you saying? So we can cut McCarthy. Too Evil. I didn't know you were such a Danny Dimes fan. I thought you would be opposite of that. 31-10 reminded me of the Packers. Hey, I don't know. I'm feeling it. Hey, Nor's in the building. I'm feeling it this week. The Vikings are just a ticking time bomb as far as like an exploding offense. And I do think it's going to be this game. I feel it. I think the way we took advantage of the Bears last week with Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, I think we needed to see that so bad, and to see Jordan Addison go for over 160, see TJ Hawkinson to go over for 100. I feel like that's just exactly what we needed to scare opposing defensive coordinators for the rest of this year, to not focus on Justin Jefferson. And if you are not focused on Justin Jefferson and you're allowing Justin Jefferson some one-on-ones, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. And that's what I think is going to happen in this game.
Yep. I'm hoping so, man. I think JJ could, I mean, yeah, like I said, I think we're in for a couple JJ 150 plus games. And I think this could be the first one. This could be the first one. And let's hope so. Let's hope so. I mean, he just can't, again, I understand we all understand the impact that he ended up having last week, even without being on the stat sheet, but that dude needs to touch the football because he is a big play waiting to happen. So hopefully Kevin O'Connell, and he mentioned it this week, he said it's his job to scheme up ways, even when he is covered, to get him the ball. So
yeah. What's your Skol patch sniper prediction? What up, Tycoon, by the way? What up?
I think he just keeps doing what he's doing, man. Just not missing field goals, not missing kicks.
I think he hits one. I think he hits a 50. I'm gonna go with you, Darren. I feel like a 55 yarder. Everybody in here, drop your score predictions in the chat. Andy, you too. Everybody get your score predictions in the chat. I want to find out what y'all think for this game, but I don't know, man. I'm feeling it. I think you were last week, you were like, you're feeling like that 4-quarter win, which you were really close. If that ending didn't happen, we probably would be like the Aaron Jones fumble. Other than that, like, we had a pretty good overall game. I think this is one that it's going to be the Houston 2.0, where we don't allow a lot of points and we get a lot of points, obviously, by my 31-10. We got some coming in right now. 28-17 from Salih. We got Delton with the 34-21. Darren with the 31-17. Too Evil with the field goal for each team and the safety for each team. with no one scoring in overtime.
Yeah, I'm going
27-14.
I think I'm going exactly what Barber said there. I'm going 27-14, but I think it's going to feel like a tighter game than the score will look. I think it's going to be close going into the fourth quarter, and then I do think we'll end up pulling away for a 2-score game there. But I don't know. This team does present some challenges that I'm very worried about. But at the end of the day, I think we keep doing what we're doing. We just keep taking care of business and find a way to, end up pulling out to a victory at the end of this game. And
yeah,
we're feeling good heading into December, which statistically, Sam Darnold's best month is December. Sorry. So
December. Oh, it's Sam. I don't even know how you say December. There's a name for everybody. Kirktober, Sam December. Hey, George with the 5. Thank you, man. We appreciate you big time. Thankful for Mr. Perps, or for my Perps. Let's go, my guy.
Vikings win this game. No, we're still
really appreciate you, George.
Due to the Bears mess up earlier, we'd still be a game back of the Lions.
Yeah, they really did one in. They could have given us a nice, like, a cigarette or something, or took us to dinner first. Something. I don't know what that was all about. That was crazy. Yeah. Let's keep on rolling here, though. So last week, I'm going to drop this in our private chat here, but last week, every single week we do our underdog draft, me versus Casey. Whoever wins. Last week, they had to wear a shirt that, actually, let me grab mine. You'll probably never see me wear it, hopefully. But this is what we got here. So last Monday, Casey had to wear his because I won. But this is what we're dealing with here. Some of you are already in here, but I suck at. I'm not gonna say this out loud, but you guys see. So if I lose this, I have to wear this shirt. If he loses, he has to wear a similar shirt, but with my name on it. All that good stuff. So let's get into this draft real quick, and then man, let's see how this one goes. So I'm gonna drop. You got your thing up?
My what?
Your underdog?
I don't. One sec.
Let's get that up real quick.
Keep talking while I do that.
Last 10 plays, 4 were flagged. Yeah. You're talking about today's games. It's like whoever the refs want to win. Yeah, dude. And for whatever reason, the refs decide to like the Lions now. Like the Lions are just like the darlings of the NFL out of like being the bottom of the food chain for pretty much their entire franchise. So I don't know what that's all about. I'll drop in the private chat here. Let me make sure it works. Otherwise, we might have to have you do it because last time it said things, but I'm going to bring it up.
Do I hit enter then? Is that what I?
Yeah, you should.
One sec. And does it start right away again? I forget.
Are you in?
Nope. Yep, man.
All right. Let's do it. Oh, wait, we don't want none of that. All right. So anybody has not seen this before, this is me versus Casey for the main card draft on Sunday. Obviously, there's some big names that you can see on here. Whoever wins this Monday has to wear the other shirt. All that good stuff. You should already know if you've been here before. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. That's what I want. There we go. Let me zoom this in just a bit. All right. What are we feeling here? 27 seconds. I get first pick. Okay. BS. Everyone going to cry. Let's go. It's nice. 14 seconds and I'm on the clock. We're going to beat that. What do y'all think I should do with this first pick? Ask in the chat. I'll do a little cheating here. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. I'm on the clock. I mean, I said Justin Jefferson. This is tough. He's way down here. But I said Justin Jefferson's going for over 150 with 2 touchdowns. I got to go get my boy. I'm reaching for him, but I think he's going to go crazy this game. I really do.
All right.
Which gives you back-to-back picks.
Nope, you got Saquon. You took too long.
What?
So I'll go ahead and take him.
No.
This is your problem. Sometimes you just talk too much and you end up getting whoever. Then I'm going to grab Joe Mixon. So
dang. That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Pick and then talk is how you should have done that.
I'd like to set it up, I want to set it up. It's more fun. That's all right, though. I mean, Saquon. I'm going to go Nico here. He worked for me last week. And we're going to go, it's tough to not go Jamar Chase, but Pittsburgh's defense obviously is good. Derrick Henry, I don't love that against Philly. Alvin Kamara is solid. You know what? I am going to go Jamar Chase. I should have Justin Jefferson right now, but I got screwed. Saquon Barkley going off for 250 yards last week.
And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to snag Alvin Kamara. The amount of touches that guy gets is absolutely insane. And then I think I'm going to go back to receiver. And A.J. Brown, that's interesting. You know what? I'm going Puka. I'm going Puka. I'm a big Puka guy.
A lot of my exes talk too much and lose. Hey man, I'm winning this. I haven't lost yet. How much time do I got? 14 seconds. I got some time to talk. You know what I'm saying? You went Kamara and Puka on that one.
You have 5 seconds. You're about to get auto drafted. You got
Lamar.
Derek, or you got Lamar. Oh, you did get Lamar.
Yep. Nice. This is why do they have this do they think this Baltimore game's gonna be big? Chargers, I think they've been kind of tough. I'm gonna go Kyler in here, actually, I think. Oh wait. Oh, I don't have
it's not your turn. Oh, I'm up.
Turn.
Sure, I'll ride with Jalen Hurts. Cool with that.
Oh, it made me auto pick twice. How does that work? I guess I got Derrick Henry.
Lamar.
That's all right. I'll take it.
Now I take it. End. Do I go Trey McBride? Nah.
That's crazy.
Give me Hawk.
What you already got? No. Oh,
We're
man.
stacking. We're stacking this pass game, baby.
Oh, man. This is not going my way. I need to stop talking. This is not going my way at all. Kate Otten, I'm pretty sure he's been killing. Last week was not great, though. He was killing, but they got Mike Evans back, so that's a problem. Trey McBride, I can't pick him.
You might, though. Yeah, 4 seconds.
We're going Taysom.
Ooh,
I don't
that's
love it.
interesting. Taysom is very boom.
He's
boom
a
or bust.
boomer bust. It's boomer bust. I need it this week. I lost the best player in the NFL in Justin Jefferson. So final teams: quarterback Lamar Jackson. This is mine. Lamar Jackson, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Nico Collins, Jamar Chase, and Taysom Hill. Not as confident as other weeks against Jalen Hurts, Joe Mixon, Elvin Kamara, Justin Jefferson, Puka, and the main man himself, TJ Hawkinson. Dang, man. My whole speech for Justin Jefferson, and he's on your squad. That one hurts. I've had him every single time.
You said it all for me.
I know. I said everything you wanted to think. I set it all up perfectly just to make it a no-brainer pick for you. That's crazy.
Pretty much.
That's crazy. I saw it on the live chat with Phoenix Cardinals, but wake up the chat with the Vikings fans. Hey, we appreciate you coming in here, Andy. Kind of nice having someone from the other side sometimes. Hey, Adam in the building, my God, let's go. Think Jamie will be wearing the shirt? I don't know. I don't plan on losing, even though, I mean, don't get me wrong. Justin Jefferson and Hawk are going to go crazy, but that's all that's going to happen for that team over there. You to the auto pick, you're going to be wearing that t-shirt, Jamie. Yeah, we'll find out.
Saquon could go off for another 30 to 40 burger again this week, so we'll see.
That's what I need. No, let's do a little poll here. Let's see what y'all think.
Hey, what's going on, Bob? Just dropping in.
Let's see. I'm just ready to get absolutely annihilated here, by the way. Anyways, everybody in here, we're about to give away the JJ McCarthy rookie card. So if you're in here now, get the hashtag Skol in here, like the video, and subscribe if you have not already. All that good stuff. But get those hashtag Skols in the comments. About to give this away. Hey, I got a vote. Okay. I got a couple votes. Dang, hey, this is closer than I thought. Let's go. Auto pick will kill you. It probably will. We'll see. I don't know. So pretty much for me, I need a really high scoring game between Baltimore and Philly, a game that feels like it's going to be like a grind between two good teams, in my opinion. Like both teams, it's going to be like a game that ends up to be like 19-17 or something. All right, let's go, Bob. I feel you, bro. Let's get it. Break out the peanut butter. That's crazy. It was me. Let's go. I hope you guys can win a Super Bowl because you have a great wide receiver. Reminds me of Larry Fitzgerald, great wide receiver with a ring. Hey, dude, I hope so too. I hope the Cardinals do as well. Just not before us. After us, hey, it's all you. I don't even care though. Cardinals, I'm cool with the Cardinals. I have no issues with the Cardinals.
Let's just not let the Lions get one. Let's just best of our ability.
Yeah, the Lions, I really don't want one. We can't if the Lions get a Super Bowl win before the Vikings, it would be demoralizing. I might have to. I mean, I don't even know. I don't know if I can come back from that. To be honest, dude, that's crazy. Yeah. That'd be crazy to have that happen.
Yeah,
the chicken doing that. Anyways, let's keep on rolling here with the giveaway. Everybody knows you got to be here to win. We pick 5 names from the giveaway, and you make it to the next round, which is a duck race. Move this up here. All right. Okay. Let's get this rolling. 3, 2, 1, go. Gotta be here. And Dan Henneman. Hey,
Let us
you
know
got
if
to
he's
be in
still
here. I
here.
see
You
you
stay for a minute,
recently.
so I assume he's still going to be here, but just toss it here in the chat just so we know.
No turkey race? No, they didn't have any turkey races. Once again, everybody, happy Thanksgiving. I mean, we'll probably say it again at the end of the show,
Thanks for spending your Thanksgiving evening with us here talking about.
Yeah, we both didn't have a Thanksgiving today. I don't think, right?
Well, mine's on Saturday, so I'm going up after work tomorrow. So Dan is here.
All right, let's keep it rolling here. Oh, I hate with it. This needs not to be way up there. All right, and for the next pick into the duck race, we've got 3, 2, 1. Boom. Kinetic.
The JJ McCarthy guy. The reason he's even in this chat is all because of JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy. Smart choice. Smart choice.
Hope you're still here. Looks like you were here a couple minutes ago, so you should be.
And Dane, that's the first one you've been in here. I haven't seen you in a while. Dane, are you still in here?
The Kinetic is here.
Dane, let us know if you are still here. We're going to keep on rolling. Let's see what we got next. And it is two-toned. Two-toned, are you still in here? It's been a while since I've seen you as well. You're usually in here to the end. Two-Tone, let us know. I'm going to keep rolling.
So far, waiting on Dane and Two-Tone. How many do we have? 2 then or 3?
2 without them. Come on. Boom. Mark Phil. Mark. Oh, yeah, Mark, you're in here. Mark is in here. Mark's been on a heater getting into these duck races.
Tony is here and Mark is here. So we got 4, right?
Yep, we got 4. So I'm sorry, Dane.
Dane is here, but I'm not seeing the comment.
Dane is here?
That's what Bob said, but I'm not seeing him.
Yo, Dane. Bob, where's Dane at? I don't see him.
I think we're gonna have to.
All right, we're just gonna have to re-roll this one. If he just pops in, we'll let him in there if he gets the buzzer beater on that. Speaking of buzzer beaters, boom, Norz. Hey, I see Norz right there. Speaking of buzzer beaters, what's going on with the freaking Timberwolves right now?
There's no chemistry on this team.
Yeah, dude, it's tough.
Crazy.
It's tough, man. Watching this Wolves squad it hurts my soul right now. I ain't gonna lie. It hurts my soul. Now it sucks knowing like giving away Cat in a trade and it not working out hurts.
I mean, it hurt. But also we
because he's balling over there. He's balling.
He is. But also year 1 of the Rudy trade, we're like, oh, this trade sucks. It's not working. Then year 2, it really kicked into high gear. So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
I mean, we'll have to see because I think Julius Randle's on an expiring contract. So
right.
I mean,
and when they made the trade, it really didn't feel like this was the end game of it. You know, I mean, the whole end game was years of financial flexibility down the road.
We were hoping to get something a little bit more out of Dante though,
and hopefully he can turn it around. I mean, the guy's too good of a shooter not to, but he's been
right.
Is garbage even a strong enough word?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on because he went like in preseason, he hit like 10 threes in a row or whatever. But anyways, we got the names in here: Dan H, Kinetic, Two-Tone, Mark, and Norsfius. Get the 45 seconds. What are we feeling? Are we going 10? Oh, I got to get some solid ones. Ooh, no, only Smokey can be unicorn duck. So that's what he said.
How many? Yeah, I mean, 10's a lot. We can roll 10.
We got to go with 10. We got to go with 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, Norris, happy birthday, my man.
Early birthday. We got some interesting ones here. I like it. Let's roll.
Yeah, I think we got some interesting ones. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Starting off with Dan H. Can't wait. In the lead, we got Norris second. Norris is his birthday tomorrow. Maybe he'll get a little lucky here. He's England security guard duck or whatever those people are called. But Dan H is in heavy lead right now.
They're just kind of chilling back there.
Yeah, Mark and Kinetic, they're just chilling. They're the turtles, the tortoise in the hair race right now. Yep. Norris wants to bounce off. Oh, people are gonna bounce off. Who is it gonna be?
Oh, to a hefty lead right now.
Mark. It's Mark.
Oh, it's Mark.
Mark's taking it. I'm just a chill guy, and Mark's going to take it. He's flying, and it's his. Wow. By a landslide. Norris almost came back up. Congratulations. Hey, Norris, I don't know. Norris, since it's your birthday tomorrow, I will send you a card. I don't know if you've ever accepted anything. Like, do I have your email, Norris? Because I'll send you a JJ card for your birthday, brother. I got you. You're always supporting and stuff. Norris, let me know what you think on that. Mark, I have all your contact. You're good, brother. We'll get you one, Kinetic. We'll get you one.
For sure.
Did you hit us up through email?
He did. Yep. Yeah, we got him on email.
Okay. Yeah, we'll find you, Norris. I'll send you a card for your birthday. Happy birthday, bro. Everybody else in here, happy Thanksgiving. Like Casey said, we appreciate y'all hopping in here for us on a Thanksgiving day. You didn't have to do that, but we appreciate you. But hey, it is an exciting Vikings season, 9-2, which is crazy thinking about that going to the season and really trying to go for that 10th win against the Cardinals. And I really think we're going to do that. So.
Yeah, for sure.
And again, the Bears fucked us.
Thank you to Andy, our Cardinals fan, for jumping in and hanging out with us today as well. Best of luck to your team the rest of the way after this Sunday. That's all I can say. Again, thank you guys so much for joining. We will be on Bleacher Report immediately after the game on Sunday and right back here Monday, 6 p.m. Central Time to break down a hopeful Vikings win against the Arizona Cardinals and be at 10-2. So, yeah, make sure to join us for both of those. Have a great rest of your Thanksgiving and great long weekend, and we'll see you guys on Monday right here on the GG Sports Podcast.
Skol Vikes.